we made a tryst with destiny. And now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom.
This is what was said by Jawaharlal Nehru as India stepped into its first moments of freedom. We gained our independence 73 years ago, and today we stand here proudly as we celebrate Independence Day. Now, as we are in the comfort of our homes, we must not forget the sacrifices made and the hardships endured by our freedom fighters to give us the freedom we are enjoying today.
Citizens of India, we must grow up with nationalistic and patriotic sentiments, which our school tries its best to inculcate in us even during these unprecedented times. That's why we've been able to have this virtual celebration of India's 74th Independence Day.
India is a country of diverse religions, castes, culture, and traditions. We are a country of unity in diversity. Thus, Independence Day is important to keep the spirits of patriotism alive and at the same time enjoy the spirits of freedom. It also motivates us to bond with people, irrespective of their caste, creed, or religions. We are all Indians.
We wish you all a very happy Independence Day and welcome you all to this Independence Day celebration. With this spirit of patriotism lingering in our hearts, let's begin today's program. Prayer is the link that connects us with God. Prayers don't have to be long and eloquent. They need only to come from a sincere and humble heart. So let us surrender ourselves to God and trust that He has a plan for us. Now we invite Kirtana for the prayer song.
Sakala kalavaniye saranam taaye sangeeta vinavaniye sakala kalavaniye igamum paramum nalla sugamalikum kalvi igamum paramum nalla sugamalikum kalvi எங்களுக்கருள்வாய் மங்கள செல்வியே எங்களுக்கருள்வாய் மங்கள செல்வியே சகல கலாவாணியே அறம்பொருள் இன்பமும் ஆற்றலும் ஆயுளும் ஆத்ம ஞானமும் புத்து புகழ் சிறந்த வீரம் பெற்ற வீரராய் திருவுடை தீரராய் வீரம் பெற்ற வீரராய் திருவுடை தீரராய் தேச நலம் பெருகும் திவ்ய வரம் தருவாய் தேச நலம் பெருகும் திவ்ய வரம் தருவாய் சகல கலாவாணியே சரணம் தாயே சங்கீத வீணாவாணியே.
We prayed, for He is there. He listened, for we are His children. His love surrounds us. Thank you for that melodious prayer song. As we hoist the tricolour today, let us remember that it is not just a flag. It is a symbol of our national pride, our glorious history, and our freedom. Let us salute our national flag as we watch it being hoisted.
Flag salute! Order!
Good morning, students, teachers, and dear parents, and a gracious welcome to the guest of honor of our Independence Day celebration, Dr. Samuel Rajkumar, Director, Placement and Training, VIT, Vellore. Correspondent Mr. Rajendran, Principal Mrs. Anandi Rajendran, Curriculum Director Mrs. Ramya Shivakumar, all teaching faculty, office and auxiliary staff, and me, Vice Principal Mrs. Shili Shukla, wishing you all a very happy Independence Day. The unfurling of the national flag each year on 15th of August is a symbolic reminder of the sacrifice of uncountable number of people who dedicated their lives so that we could be free of slavery and be our own masters. A heartfelt thanks to them and a promise of commitment to stand guard the interest of our nation. We pledge to be Indians first and last. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Our flag is not just one of the many political points of view. It is a symbol of our national pride and unity, and also it's every Indian's identity. I hope we remembered that when the flag was being hoisted. Speech is not just from lip to ear, but from heart to heart. Today's chief guest is Dr. V. Samuel Rajkumar. He currently serves as the Director of Placement and Training at VIT University. He is a leading authority in the area of campus placement with 22 years of experience behind him at leading institutions like VIT and Pondicherry. He has a doctorate in management from Pondicherry University. He also holds a master's degree in HRM and has published many journal and conference papers. He has facilitated VIT to get into Limca records for 9 times for the highest number of campus placements from a single institution in the country. Aspiring Minds has honored him with the Best Placement Officer Award in the year 2014. Now, we call upon Dr. V. Samuel Rajkumar to share his wisdom with us.
Respected correspondent, principal, vice principal, teachers, parents, and my dear students, good morning to all. At the outset, I would like to thank the management of Springdays School for giving me this opportunity to meet you during the Independence Day celebrations. I would have loved to meet you all directly rather than the virtual mode. On this Independence Day, it is our duty to remember the founding generation that gave their blood, pledging their lives, fortune, and sacred honor so that we have the civil rights, voting rights, women's rights, workers' rights, etc. We are people from different cultures who speak different languages, but we are all united as Indians. The values we cherish as people and the ideas we strive for society. We should remember generations of people, which included the farmers, laborers, entrepreneurs, administrators, elected leaders, who have developed this country and made what is it today. Now we the people should make this task our own and work for our children and the future generations. Over the years, we have built the greatest democratic, economic and military force as the other countries look to us for help at the time of conflict, disaster or uncertainties. As we celebrate the Independence Day with joy and fervor, we need to pay our tribute to those who fought tirelessly to achieve this freedom for us and those who shaped its destiny with wisdom. We need to augment our value system and also need to come together to develop a nation of harmony, peace and development. We should build a nation which is free from negativity, prejudice, oppression and corruption. We should work towards goals individually in order to be collectively responsible. As far as I am concerned, there are three influences: the father, the mother and the teacher, who can influence the young minds to make India a corruption-free country. A school is a temple that educates the younger minds, molds the character and creates new intellectual leaders. As teachers, we need to have responsive understanding and nurture and impart knowledge. As students, you need to be more diligent and focused in achieving your goals. On this day, we must remind ourselves of the dedication, sacrifice of the freedom fighters. We should salute and respect the soldiers who protect our country day in and day out so that we may live peacefully. They fight for our nation's behalf to make our country a better place to live. Also on this day, let us be grateful to those who are in medical services, security, administrators, who are putting their lives at risk so as to save us from the pandemic or the COVID-19. Lastly, as I take care of the career center at VIT, I work as the director of placement and training. I thought of sharing some career tips to those students who will be going out of the school after 2 years or so. School academics is very important as it lays the foundation for your career. The fundamental concepts that you learn in the school will be very useful when you pursue your higher education. You should definitely pursue your passion, no doubt about it, but do some homework and understand the career and higher education opportunities that your field of interest may have in India and abroad before you start pursuing your career. For example, I can give you multiple examples. For example, if you want to pursue your career in aerospace engineering, you should have done some homework in finding out the opportunities that may be available after your graduation, whether it is going to be a job or your career in doing your higher education abroad or within India. So please do some homework before you start pursuing your career. The parental guidance becomes much more important in shaping up the children's career. So I would urge the parents to advise your students, or you also have to need to do some homework so that you advise your kids before they pursue their career of their choice. I will definitely have a career orientation session for your senior students shortly once the pandemic is over, so that I may be able to share some more insights or inputs on your career progression based on my experience. I once again sincerely thank the Springdays management for this wonderful opportunity. Jai Hind, and may God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your wise words. We will treasure them in our hearts.
The more freedom we enjoy, the greater the responsibility we bear towards others as well as ourselves. So to talk to us about the two vital concepts of freedom and responsibility, we have Navya for a speech in Tamil.
அனைவருக்கும் என் இனிய காலை வணக்கங்கள். ஆசிரிய பெருமக்களுக்கும் என் நண்பர்களுக்கும் எங்கள் பணிவான 73வது சுதந்திர தின நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். இந்நாள் நமது தேசம் ஆங்கிலேயரின் பிடியிலிருந்து விடுபட்டு பொன்னாளாகும். ஆண்டுதோறும் ஆகஸ்ட் 15ஆம் தேதி இந்தியாவின் சுதந்திர தினமாக கொண்டாடப்படுவது அனைவரும் அறிந்த ஒன்றே. ஆனால் இந்த சுதந்திர தினத்தை வரலாறாக மாற்ற பல தலைவர்களும் தியாகிகளும் சந்தித்த இன்னல்கள் கொஞ்ச நெஞ்சம் இல்லை என்பதை இன்றைய தலைமுறையினர் அறிவார்களா? கவிஞர் மீரா என்று அழைக்கப்படும் மீ ராமச்சந்திரன் இந்நாளை எந்நாளாக பார்க்கிறார் என்று தெரியுமா? 300 வருடமாய் முற்றுகையிட்ட அந்நிய இருட்டின் நரக்க கூத்து முடிந்தது என்று முழங்கி நின்றது எந்த நாளோ அந்த நாள் இது. பரிதவித்திருந்த பாரத அன்னை காளியாய் சீறி கை விலங்கொடித்து பகையை துடைத்து சக்தியின் நெஞ்சில் சபதம் முடித்து கூந்தல் முடித்து குங்குமம் பொட்டு வைத்து கடைசி கணத்திலும் கண்ணும் நிறுத்தி பகத்சிங் பார்த்து பரவசப்பட்ட அற்புத விடியலை அழைத்து வந்தது எந்த நாளோ அந்த நாள் இது. பாலகங்காதர திலக், நேதாஜி சுபாஷ் சந்திர போஸ், திருப்பூர் கொடி காத்த குமரன் வாஞ்சிநாதன், மகாகவி பாரதியார், லாலா லாஜ்பத் ராய், பகத்சிங், ராணி லக்ஷ்மிபாய், காமராசர் போன்ற பல தேச தியாகிகளின் பங்கு இன்றியமையாதது. வீரமங்கை வேலுநாச்சியார் மற்றும் வீரபாண்டிய கட்டபொம்மனின் வீரமும், செக்கெழுத்த செம்மல் வாவு சிதம்பர பிள்ளை அவர்களின் துணிச்சலும், சுப்பிரமணிய சிவாவின் தியாகங்களும், காந்தியடிகளின் அகிம்சை முறையும் என்று பட்டியலிட்டுக் கொண்டே போகலாம். மேலும் எண்ணிலடங்கா பல முகம் தெரியா வீரர்களின் தியாகங்களும் இதில் அடங்கும். இன்று நாம் இந்த சுதந்திர காற்றை சுவாசிக்க பல தலைவர்களின் உயிர்கள் மண்ணில் புதைந்தன. நம் நாட்டில் சுதந்திரம் என்ற ஒன்றை மட்டுமே அவர்களின் கொள்கையாக எடுத்துக்கொண்டு அவர்கள் செய்த தியாகங்கள் அப்பப்பா என்றுமே மறந்துவிடக் கூடாது. நம் முன்னோர்கள் அல்லல் பட்டு அரும்பாடுபட்டு பெற்று தந்த சுதந்திரத்தை பேணி காப்பது மாணவர்களாகிய நமது கடமை அல்லவா? ஏனெனில் இன்றைய மாணவர்களே நாளைய தலைவர்கள். எனவே நாளைய இந்தியா மாணவர்களாகி நமக்கு சொந்தமானது. ஆகவே நேர்மறையான சிந்தனைகள் மற்றும் ஆக்கப்பூர்வமான செயல்களை செய்வதன் மூலமாக நமது பாரத தேசத்தை வலுவானதாகவும் வளமானதாகவும் மாற்ற முடியும். மாணவ சக்திகளாகிய நாம் நமது நாட்டை முன்னெடுத்துச் செல்வது, உலகின் தலை சிறந்த நாடாக உருவாக்குவதும் நமது தலையாய கடமையாகும். பாருக்குள்ளே நல்ல நாடு நமது பாரத நாடு என்ற நமது எட்டயபுரத்து கவிஞனின் கூற்றை நாம் நிஜமாக்குவோம் வாருங்கள். வாழ்க பாரதம், வெல்க தமிழ். வாய்ப்பளித்தமைக்கு நன்றி. ஜெய் ஹிந்த்.
Freedom without responsibility? What kind of freedom is that? None at all. Now we've understood that. Thank you, Navya.
The quote, "United we stand, divided we fall," has been challenged many times during the past few months. Are we still united despite the distance between us? To share her views on this, we have Manaswini for a speech in English on the topic, India United in Fighting the Pandemic.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Sri Manaswini Akella of 7B. Today, we are celebrating our 74th Independence Day. The Independence Day of India, which is celebrated religiously throughout the country on the 15th of August every year, holds a tremendous ground in the list of national days since it reminds every Indian about the dawn of a new beginning, the beginning of an era of deliverance from the clutches of British colonialism of more than 200 years. It was on 15th August 1947 that India was declared independent from the British colonialism and the reins of control were handed over to the leaders of our country. This year, in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic, we all Indians gear up to celebrate our freedom, which bore fruits with the many sacrifices of our freedom fighters who laid their lives on the line. This year's celebration will be completely dedicated to the corona fighters or warriors, including doctors, paramedic staff, policemen, nurses, and other healthcare workers. The Independence Day celebration won't be a big affair, and there won't be the same rampart at the Red Fort. Unlike other years, enthusiasts from around the country won't be able to attend the celebrations this time. The governments across the globe are fighting this pandemic, and here in India, 130 crore people, along with the central and state government, are united in fighting this threat. The India's grassroots health system has helped the country to ensure one of the best recovery rates from the viral infection, despite of having a large number of daily coronavirus cases. Let our Springdays family also stand united and pray to God to help us through these difficult times to fight against COVID-19 in the same manner as we came out victorious in fighting for the freedom of our country. I wish you all a very happy Independence Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Manaswini, for that speech, which has confirmed to us that we are united, and as one nation, we will continue to fight this pandemic. There is no better way to convey your feelings and emotions than through a song. song speaks way more than words ever can. And so, I call upon Bhavna, Sara and Anika for the English patriotic song, Three Colors.
Three colors when we look up to the sky. Three colors make us hold our heads up high. The saffron of the rays arising from the morning sun. In the afternoon, the white sailing clouds outrun. In the evening, the green of waving palms in the breeze. Our hearts filled with pride at these three colors, three. Saffron gives us courage and fire sacrifice. The white fluorescence peace and honesty. The green is blessed in life and it means prosperity. The center will is down for eternity. Three colors when we look up to the sky. Three colors make us hold our heads up high. The saffron of the rays arising from the morning sun. In the afternoon, the white sailing clouds that run. In the evening, the green of waving palms in the breeze. Our hearts fill with pride at these three colors, three. From the north and from the south of this great ancient land, from the east and from the west, together we all stand. Let's reveal the flag that is our mark of unity, our identity, integrity, our noble dignity.
Once upon a time, the vision for the future of India was to gain freedom and independence. But what's the vision for the future today? To enlighten us about this, we have Riya for a speech in Hindi.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, मैं रिया आज स्वतंत्र भारत के भविष्य की दृष्टि के बारे में कुछ शब्द बताने वाली हूँ। दोस्तों, भारत में विकासशील से विकसित देशों की श्रेणी में आने की पूरी काबिलियत है। भारत के आर्थिक विकास में युवाओं का बहुत बड़ा योगदान है। कैसी होगी भारत की भविष्य का हिंदुस्तान? हिंदुस्तान तब सुपर पावर बन चुका होगा। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने यह सपना देखा था, जो भारत आज अनेक समस्याओं से जूझ रहा है, जैसे गरीबी, महंगाई, बेरोजगारी। लेकिन जल्दी यह भारत की तस्वीर बिल्कुल बदल जाएगी। हवा बदल जाएगा, साथ ही बदल जाएगी हिंदुस्तान की पहचान, जहां सारे देश हिंदुस्तान को सलाम करेंगे। भारत डिजिटल इंडिया बन चुका होगा। डिजिटल इंडिया का हर नागरिक भारत के कल्याण के लिए काम करेगा। जहां कहीं भी देखें, हमें चमकते शहर और साफ सुथरे गांव नजर आएंगे। विकास का पहिया पूरे देश में घूम रहा होगा। गरीबी कम हो जाएगी। हर नौजवान के हुनर को निखारने का काम चल रहा होगा। भारतीय की प्रतिभा केवल भारत में ही नहीं, बल्कि पूरे देश में अपना जलवा दिखाएगी। हर तरफ शांति होगी। दुनिया भारत को एक बाजार के रूप में देखी थी, लेकिन भविष्य में भारत की हर चीज हर देश में बाजार में होगी। मेड इन चाइना के बदले मेड इन इंडिया होगा। इन सब में प्रमुख चीज है स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी, जो सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल की मूर्ति होगी, जो आईफिल टावर और स्टैचू ऑफ लिबर्टी से ऊंचा होगा। यह मूर्ति लोहे से बनी होगी। यह मूर्ति एकता की पहचान एवं भारत के बढ़ते कदमों की पहचान बन जाएगी। हमारे देश में 100 स्मार्ट सिटी बन जाएंगे। यह इको फ्रेंडली होगा। कूड़े कचरे के लिए ऑटोमेटिक सिस्टम भी होगा। रेलवे स्टेशन के नज़ारे हवाई अड्डे के सामने लगेंगे। आओ दोस्तों, हम सब मिलकर खाएं कसम। एक अच्छे नागरिक होने के नाते हम अपने बीच एकता बनाए रखें और भारत की प्रगति में हमारा साथ दें। जय हिंद।
Vision without action is merely a dream, and action without vision is just passing your time. But vision with action can change the world. Thank you, Ria, for telling us what the vision for our future is. Is freedom a myth? Let's debate upon it. Debate is a healthy conversation as no one has a monopoly on being right. And so, without further ado, let me call upon Michelle Sandhya Roshan and Ria Panwar for the debate on the topic, Is Freedom a Myth?
Even though we have laws and fundamental rights, we don't actually have freedom. Take freedom of speech under Indian law. The freedom of speech and the press do not confer an absolute right to express one's thoughts freely. It's so hard to express one's feelings frankly in public even after so many years of Indian independence.
I don't believe that what you claim is true, because if anyone has a problem with something that occurs in the government or even in the country, they can go to a judge to sort out their problems. They're free to go to the district, high, or even Supreme Courts.
It's not as simple as it seems. Superior people have more control over laws as they can make amendments and even influence the constitution.
It isn't exactly all peace and happiness trying to make an amendment. As per the procedure laid out by Article 368, for amendment of the Constitution, a bill must first be introduced to both houses of the Parliament. This bill has to be passed by both the houses before being presented to the President for his assent.
I don't agree. You may not realize it, but it is very possible to change laws through cheating methods like bribery and blackmail. Bribery is dishonestly persuading someone to act in one's favor by a gift of money or kind, while blackmail is an action treated as criminal offense of demanding payment or another benefit from someone in return for not revealing, compromising, or damaging information about them.
Why don't you consider who invented the words bribery and blackmail? The English did. Our traditional Indian languages are considered second and third languages in Indian schools, and English is more preferred over them. We, the children of India, are forgetting our native languages. I don't even know Tamil. It turns out that English is important as it helps in job interviews and speeches.
Well, how is it possible for children to attend job interviews or make speeches when the rate of child labor in India is one of the highest in the world? According to the ILO, there are around 12.9 million Indian children engaged in work between the ages of 7 to 17 years, and that is the age when they should be learning.
I beg to differ. Child labor isn't that common. The Global March Against Child Labor is a worldwide network of trade unions, teachers, and civil society organizations that work together to eliminate all forms of child labor, slavery, and trafficking.
Well, I don't think your organization helps children in lower castes, does it? In 1948, negative discrimination based on caste was banned by law and further enshrined into the Indian Constitution. However, the system continues to be practiced in India with devastating social effects. Everyone knows that some Indians continue to discriminate their servants.
There are plenty of organizations to deal with this problem as well. Take one which tackles the problem of manual scavenging. The Safai Karamchari Andolan is a nationwide movement that aims to completely eradicate this caste-based occupation, and it rallies towards the dignified livelihood of these manual scavengers.
Whether they interfere or not, there seems to be organizations for everything. But did you know there are no organizations against dowry?
As a matter of fact, I did. Dowry doesn't need an organization to go against it. The Dowry Prohibition Act, passed in the year 1961, states that if anyone is caught in the act of giving or receiving dowry, he or she shall be punishable with imprisonment which can last up to 6 months, or with a fine which can extend up to 5,000 rupees, or even with both.
I don't know about you, but we can definitely draw up a conclusion here.
You do? So do I.
Like how we learned in physics, friction can be a friend or a foe.
Exactly. We can say that freedom in India may or may not be a myth. It depends on what we make it.
It is better to debate a question without settling it than to settle a question without debating it. Thank you, Michelle and Dia, for that heated debate. I'm sure we're all a little wiser. The root of happiness is gratefulness, because gratitude turns what we have into enough. We know we have more than enough, and we are grateful for it. So on behalf of us all, we have Adiba to express our gratefulness. Now here is Adiba for the vote of thanks.
Thousands have laid down their lives so that our country can now breathe. Let us not forget their sacrifice. A very happy Independence Day to one and all present here, where the mind is without fear, where the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where words come from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reasons have lost its way into dreary sand and dead habit, where the mind is led forward into the winding thoughts and actions, into the heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. I, Adiba Mahin, the student of Class 8th, regard this as an honor and a privilege to extend the vote of thanks on this special occasion. I'd first like to thank our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. V. Samuel Rajkumar, for being with us virtually on this special day. I thank our correspondent sir, principal ma'am and curricular director Ramya ma'am for facilitating us with this virtual celebration which has once again invoked our spirit of patriotism. I would like to extend my gratitude to Vice Principal Ma'am for her immense support and guidance. Thanks to Nalini Ma'am, Lata Ma'am, Kalpana Ma'am, Shubha Ma'am, Ratish Sir, PT Department and non-teaching staff for their help and support. Let us not forget our talented participants without whom this program wouldn't have been such a successful and memorable one. I'd like to thank our Almighty God for showering His blessings upon us literally every day. Last but not the least, a heartfelt thanks to our teachers in charge for this program, Mahua ma'am and Deepa ma'am, who have worked hard to put things together for this program. Freedom in our mind, faith in our words, pride in our soul. Let us salute the nation on this Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Adiba, for expressing our gratitude in such apt words. Thousands laid down their lives so that our country could celebrate this day. Never forget their sacrifices. Keeping this in mind, let us all rise to sing our national anthem. Let pride and respect vibrate in each note.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे